welcome to the crib. It's your boy, the Chibiway. So, guys, today I'm also breaking down the game from those two who have got the match from Bob the Balloon, the show, or Fan Love. So, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm curious. I wanna find out. I think now it's time for them to spice up, for the gents to spice up and show up his game of like how he got game, how he thinks, how he move, and also the women how they end up choosing him. So let's get into it without waste of time and see what's gonna happen.
Welcome back to my channel. It's your host Arlette, and we are here today with Jeremiah and Shana. Welcome, y'all. How we feeling?
Feeling good.
Feeling good. Okay. We got big old smiles. I like that. So we had you all on episode 19 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love, where you guys ended up matching. Okay, so is it gonna be a yes for you for him? And is it a yes for you for her?
Of course.
We got a match! I'll take this, and you guys can go on up. Let's give it up for them, y'all. All right, so obviously on your episode of episode 19, people had quite a lot to say, as we saw in the comments. Shayna, we'll start with you. So I got a lot of the comments. They were all calling you purple dress, by the way. Everybody was like, purple dress. I was wearing pink. And yeah, for some reason it looked purple a little bit. Yeah, so everybody's like, purple dress doesn't want to take accountability, and whatever it may be. How did you feel about reading those comments and talk us through the moment when you were in there getting asked these questions and whatever it was?
Okay, so when I came to set, I honestly didn't think I was going to match with anyone. I walked on set and I seen all these gorgeous women there. Episode 19, I'm not sure if y'all remember the lineup, but these girls were gorgeous.
Yes, they were.
So I said, I'll just come for the experience. I'll come and have fun. If you guys remember the episode, I was laughing and giggling the whole time. And I was asked a few questions, and which I didn't answer. And honestly, watching that episode and reading the comments, they were brutal. But I do understand why so many people were upset. That I do understand. Coming from my point of view, which is something I learned major being on the show, and I was speaking to Jeremiah about it, is I live like a private life for the most part. And one of my biggest mistakes was coming on a public show trying to be so private. And I learned major, that was a big no.
Yeah.
Which is why I didn't answer some of the questions. If I could go back and redo it, which I can't, it's already done.
Right, exactly.
But growing from this experience, I would have answered. Even if I didn't want to, I should have given an explanation.
Okay.
So I did learn that. And after the show, when I was reading the comments, I did call Jeremiah, and I said, "Do you want me to answer the question?" Which he did say yes to. And I said, the show apart. Let's put the show aside, just me and you. Do you want to know the answer to this question that he had asked? Because he had asked me something that I did wrong and something that my ex did wrong in our past relationship. And I did answer the question to Jeremiah. So,
Okay.
Yeah. I really didn't feel so safe in a space full of strangers to let that part of me out. And what I could have told Jeremiah was, we can have this conversation off camera, which we did,
Yeah.
So I learned from that experience that if you're going to go on this show and you think you live a private life, don't do it. Or don't come on this show and not answer questions.
Try to be private, yeah.
People will come for you. People said so much like, I've cheated in the past, which I never have, or I don't take accountability, which I do take a lot of accountability. And I have people in my circle who do keep me accountable too,
That's good.
So I am an accountable person, but I can say my biggest mistake, one of the few that I made on the show, was not answering that, and I should have answered it. And one more thing that I did do wrong, which I told Jeremiah too, is I shouldn't have popped. I should have given him the opportunity, if I didn't answer the question, to pop, because I popped before, as soon as he answered the question. So I know I said a lot. So I grew from the experience. I've learned a lot.
You know what I can say now? As I'm always saying, most of the time now, this Pop the Balloon show, like, women, they tend to be unrealistic. Also gents, like, they just pop the balloon for something that they will not do. But if you meet them in person, like when you meet them in person without the cameras, they are different person. Like, they are vulnerable, they show who they are and what they like. But when they go there, they tell you those different expectations that you have to meet. You are not my type, you are short, you are this, you are that. But then when you talk to someone, then you talk to them like now it's one-on-one conversation. You find that these people are just cool. They're fine. They're just like anyone. But like on a pop the balloon show, they're having those attitude. They're having those high standard. So like it's something that you shouldn't take it personal sometimes because everyone is not ready.
Okay, that's good. See, and so look at that, y'all. She's taking accountability now. She came out right out the gate, ready to take accountability. They can't come for you now. We'll see. You know, we don't know about the internet. We never know. So Jeremiah,
Yes.
Obviously, like she said, she ended up popping on you initially.
Right.
However, that didn't deter you. When she got that balloon back, you were still.
She ended up popping. So the thing is, I didn't watch the pop the balloon of these two, but I'll figure out of like what is going on because I'm also curious now of like how come you took someone that's popped like someone who pop a balloon, then you took them as in like you make them as yours. So I'm curious of like what happened. I wanna know. Like I just wanna understand.
Ready to match. Why so?
Yeah, so I believe in second chances sometimes,
Okay.
but
No. That's where the motherfucker that got game and the guy that doesn't have game differs. When you're a man and you got game, you believe in yourself, there is no second chance. You give a person a one shot or a one attempt, and they have to score and do their best. If they miss it, it's their loss. No second chances. There are no second chances. But I can say maybe it's depend on like what happened in fact of like how did the situation happen, how does it goes, or like what caused it for us to be separated, then I end up giving you a second chance. But giving second chances is not the priority thing. It's not the priority thing that you should do. Like don't do it. It's not the thing that's supposed to do as a man.
I saw Shayna. I'm like, wow, she's very beautiful, and I'm like, oh, let me just give her a second chance. You never know,
Exactly.
because when you give a second chance to some people, they end up surprising you, and end up being the one. But we can kind of speak on how things went after the fact.
Okay, well, that's a good segue. Let's jump right into it then. So, since you guys ended up matching, have you gone on a date? Have you hung out?
Uh, kind of.
Tell me about it.
So after the show, we, us and Julius and JoJo, we all went on a double date. I think they may have mentioned it.
They did.
In the past follow-up show. So after that, we had a very good night. It was very fun at the hookah lounge. After that,
No hookah was done.
yeah, I was like, wait, why are we at a hookah lounge? We're not smoking hookah. But after the hookah lounge and after the show, we talked here and there. We texted here and there. But honestly, I don't know if you want me to say anything. But at the end of it, we were like, maybe things didn't work out the way that they were supposed to be. But in the end, we ended up being very amicable.
Okay.
And we are still single.
Yeah. Okay, so Shayna, what happened?
Okay, so to kind of repeat what he said, so once we
That's terrible. That's very bad right there. That's very terrible. But let's find out what happened because most of the time, if the dates didn't go well, it's either the guy, his game is very weak, or a woman seems as a woman that's gonna do your thing as the way you talk on the show, but then when you meet them in person, you find out this woman, she's an egg. Like, she's not my type, in fact.
left the show, we went on a double date with Julius and JoJo. Shout out to them. I saw that they're doing great. We had an incredible night. I'm glad I didn't match with Jeremiah.
Okay, firstly, I can just point out of like going on a double date with someone that you don't know, that you just met, it's also a red flag. Because if you met someone, you need your private space, just you and her, get to know each other, explore, and see how the dates can go. For you to do a double date, it's gonna limit both of you to express each other's feelings of like how do you feel, how do you behave, how do you see her. You will end up faking things that you should not do because you don't wanna seem as someone who's rude or someone who's not interested. So this double date thing, it was an ick. Like you can go on a double date with your woman. You know my guy. You can go on a double date with your woman, your one and only, your girlfriend. This woman is just a woman that you've met. Like you need to have a single date, just you and her, explore, talking each other and find out how the things goes. But for you to go on a double date with someone that you don't know, with other people who don't know, it's gonna limit both of you to not express each other's how do you think, how do you feel. Like even maybe some physical touch there, maybe you have to do some physical touch, hey, look in the eyes, kiss on the cheek. Like you can't do that. You can't do that because there are other person, there are other two couples next to you. So like you are uncomfortable. So for the first date to go on double date, it was an egg. That was the first red flag there.
That night, we were just giggling the whole night, and then we ended up that night. I'm not sure if you remembered. We had watched a previous episode of Pop the Balloon in the car, and we were like, "This is how people are gonna like roast us," So we did have a good first date. But after our first date, we kind of fizzled out a little bit. I still think very highly of Jeremiah, but we just didn't work out. I live on the East Coast. He lives on the West Coast, which I think
You need to
is
up
kind of
up your
a big
game.
reason why we didn't work out as much.
You need to lift up your game, my guy. For the fact that you allowed a double date, still say no. You need to stand up. Like you need to uplift your game, my brother.
Too.
Okay.
There's a few other things, but one of the main reasons, in my
Yeah.
opinion,
So initially, when we matched, she said that she lived in Florida, and I was initially okay with that because I'm like, okay, we can kind of work something out.
Yeah.
I can book a flight, go see her. She can book a flight and come see me. But as things went on, I'm like, okay, really not feeling that the spark wasn't there, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So
And this was
The reason the spark wasn't there is because firstly she popped a balloon, which was an ick in her. Like she saw a red flag in you. She didn't like you. She didn't like you, and you said you give her a second chance, which means you were trying to convince her mind of like, you know what, I don't see the way you are. You can be changed. You can be someone else. You must see people the way they are. As I'm saying, you don't give people second chances. You let them see the way they are. If they are bad, you leave them. You don't wanna see. Most of you gents, you like to see the positive side, the good side, the romantic side. If a woman show you a bitter side, take that side. Just take it the way it is and leave. Because this thing of sugarcoating is the reason why you live with people that are putting filter here in front. You can't see them exactly. For the fact that she pop a balloon the first time, that is first red flag. Secondly, you take her on a double date. So okay,
how soon after you?
who's leading is you. So you were not able to handle your game. That's why I'm saying you need to uplift your game, my guy.
this was about maybe like a week ago.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Oh boy.
Jump right in.
You want to go first?
I can go first.
Go ahead.
So since we stayed, it was going to be long distance. One of the reasons that, in my opinion, I know Jeremiah said he didn't feel a spark, which I respect. I still think he's very attractive. I know he thinks the same about me. But it was Jeremiah's lack of communication. I barely heard from Jeremiah after the show. He would text me here and there. And one thing I do appreciate about him is he knew I got a lot of backlash from our episode, and he was texting me to check up on me. I do appreciate you doing that. But other than that, there was really no communication between us, like no calls or FaceTime. So it kind of just let me know that he wasn't really interested. And that's how I.
Bro, why? Why there's no communication? She's saying there is no communication, my bro. And you on the show, you agree. They ask you, is she your match? And you said yes. Then now, if she's your match, why don't you communicate with her? You must communicate with the woman, flirt with her, give her that assurance of like, say, I'm still here. Let's make some plans.
Took it. So yeah.
Like would you like message him and you wouldn't hear anything back, or
No, he would text me back, or he would text me or I would text him. But it was very like
Text
short
chat.
conversations. Like it wasn't really getting to know me or just like, hey, how are you kind of thing, and that was it.
Boring. You're boring, my guy. That's why I don't like this texting thing of text buddies. If you wanna say something, let's make a call. If I wanna see you, we make a video call. We talk about it, we express it. Okay, if like I know most of you're gonna say, hey, you can't call a woman on a video call, you can't video call her, or you can't FaceTime her while it's your first time, you don't know her. I'm telling you, if you know how to do it, you can do it. You can the simple easy way, you call her. She picked the phone. You tell her, you know what, your voice sounds nice, but I wanna see that voice with a smile of like how does it looks like. Cause last time I saw you, yeah, I was impressed with that smile. So let me see it. Immediately right there, if she's down, she's gonna say, okay, cool. If she's not, she's gonna make some excuses. But it's rare. But at least you say what you mean and you mean what to say. You say exactly what you wanted to do instead of saying of like, ish, what if you live in your mind. Just do it the way it's supposed to. Make calls. This text buddy thing.
Like it was nothing. Like we had 2 phone conversations. I was telling to BM, which is your husband.
Yeah.
We had 2 phone conversations since the show, and I'm the one who initiated both of the conversations. So,
Wow.
his actions just showed a lot that he wasn't like, it's not something he was feeling, which I was fine with. I told him after the show, if this is something he wanted to pursue, just let me know. If not, let me know too. I'm cool either way. So,
You were
his
not,
action just told me that he really wasn't interested, and I was fine with that.
you were not leading my brother. And the reason why I'm attacking you, you agree and said she's my match. They ask you, is she your match? And you said yes. So how can you say yes on something that you know you're not gonna initiate conversation, you're not gonna pour yourself there? She's expecting you to take care of her, to talk to her, and show some interest, and see if things goes well or something.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's
very interesting.
What's your perspective on it?
So we did have a conversation offline about the distance and me trying to come out to go see her. We had a conversation about me just flying out, and when I was actually in the process of booking a flight to go see Shayna, she said no.
What? I'm not booking any flight. Oh, what? I wanted this thing of long distance relationship. I don't like it, in fact. I don't go along with it. In fact, I don't like it. For the fact that I'm the one who's booking a flight to come and see her. No. Yeah. And she says no when you wanted to book a flight. It's because there was no spark. You didn't create a sexual trust, sexual attention. She knew it of like, even if you came there, you're not gonna do anything, my brother. You're not gonna do anything because there's no sexual attraction between you and her. It's a waste of time, it's a waste of your money. She see it. She was saving you, in fact.
I did say no.
So how soon after the show, after you guys matched, when was this?
This was about a week after the show.
Oh.
It wasn't a week after the show.
Okay, a week and 2 days.
No, it was probably 3 weeks after the show. It was when BM reached out to me to do our catch-up episode, and I reached out to you and said, hey, BM wants to do our catch-up. You're like, well, I haven't even gotten a chance to get to know you. Let me come out to Florida. And that's when I said, I would much rather you have gotten to know me first, through calls, through text, than for you just to fly to Florida. Because what if we weren't even compatible, So that's why I didn't say no, like it's a no, do not come and see me.
It's because it was boring. There's no sexual attraction.
It was a no, I'd rather you have gotten the time to know me first, which I feel like you really didn't do.
You that's what she was saying. Exactly. She's agreeing with my point. It's because if she says you gotta know me first, she want you to give her a sexual attraction first. She wanna be sexually attracted to you first. Then she can come or you can come. Once you have that sexual attraction, if she see you as a sexual attractive person, right now you are a sexual, no, right now you are attractive person to her, but you are not sexually attractive. She wanted to be sexually attractive so that you can come, so that you can make it. But it's pointless for you to come on here while there's no bond, there's no chemistry right there. Because you're gonna see each other like brothers and sisters, it's gonna be awkward, and she was saving your money. To stop wasting it, because you are not doing anything, you are not creating any spark right there.
Yeah, no, I really get that. So the way that I think that you get to kind of know a person a little bit better is to actually see them in person, see them in the flesh.
Okay.
Right? To see that look at their body language, look at how they're speaking, and you actually get to see the physical person. And even if things didn't work out, I can go to Disney World.
No, you create that on the phone, either video call, FaceTime, or make a phone call. On a phone call, you create sexual attraction, you talk some shit to her, you let her sleep thinking about you, she imagine you of like what is she going to hear from you tomorrow. Like you giving her that butterflies. That's what you do. Then from there, it's gonna be easy for her to even book a flight to come and see you, because she knows she's not wasting any money, she's not wasting any time for come and see you, because there's something that is pushing her inside that you have created. But if you didn't create anything, you just blank, it's not gonna work.
In Orlando.
And I understand that, Jeremiah, but still, no effort was put in at all prior to you saying, "Hey, I want to come see you." If we were to do this, we were going to be long distance regardless. So call and text and FaceTime was all we had, and you didn't even give that to me. So when you said, "Hey, I want to come see you," I was like, "Come see me for what? This man has not showed interest for the past few weeks," and now all of it.
Come and see me for what? Because you didn't create any sexual attraction. I don't feel you. So you come and see me for what? Most of the gents are even afraid to tell a woman of like, say, I just wanna hook up, I just wanna smash. That's what I want. Most of you can't say that because you think like it's gonna be rude. But that's what you want, right? You want to smash, you wanna have fun, but you can't even able to tell her. You don't know how to tell her. Then you think like she doesn't know why you came there. You just came in. Like right now, you're talking. You're gonna talk exactly. You're gonna speak the same thing. Like
Suddenly he wants to hop on a plane and come to Florida. So that's why I said no.
So, wanting to go see someone in person is quite literally the action of trying to get to know them. I'm more of an in-person person. Texting, calling, FaceTiming is okay, but I'd rather see.
yeah, even like that, bruh. I get it, bruh. You like to see in person, right? But first thing first, you make a call. For what? To create the spark so that she will run to you, because there's something that you have created in here that will make her to run and come to you and spend time with you. Then you achieve your goal. Yeah, everything. You make a call, you create a spark so that spark can make her to move from her room and come to you and book a flight for you, because there's something that you have created. So she can't just come out of nowhere while you didn't do anything, bruh. You have to play some game. You have to make it. You have to fleet with it. You have to be romantic. You have to show that you're that guy.
You in the flesh.
Not just
I'd rather be able to hug you in person, really get to know you, and possibly meet your friends. But you really can't do a lot of that over texting and calling. Okay. So that was my point. I'm trying to come out this here.
No, you can. Just that you cannot do that. Don't say you cannot, as in like everyone can't. Like you can't do that. So it's a skill that you didn't practice. It's a skill that you didn't learn. That's why it beats you now. It's give you a whip. It's not something that you can't do. Like you didn't learn it. You just say, I didn't learn it. I know it. I don't know it. I just have a belief of like we have to know each other in person. Yes, I agree with you on that part. But to do that, there must something that you have to create so that she can run. There's something that's gonna make her want to. Like without you telling her, but she must be the one who's willing to see you because of the bond that you've created.
Have you ever had a long distance relationship or fling, whatever it is, beforehand?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
And it's been a consistent, like, me coming out there, that person coming out to wherever I'm at. Mm-hmm. And it worked out for quite a long time. Mm-hmm. But eventually there comes a point where one person or the other has to eventually relocate to the same city as the other person. and those past relationships didn't reach that point.
Okay. So now between the visits where you would go over there or they would come to you.
I also don't agree with you, my brother. This thing of you changing or your woman from where she stays, she's shifting from where she lives to come and live with you. It's a fucking wrong thing. We're not doing that. We are not sitting. Like, in fact, stop doing the house playing, like playing house with the woman, because that thing of you playing house with the woman is gonna be a problem for you as time goes on, because you're not gonna be free. She's gonna ask you, where have you been? Did you clean the toilets? Have you washed the dishes? She's gonna be your parent, so like you don't need that. For now, it's gonna be nice. She's gonna cook and clean. By the time goes on and see that you're a punk, you don't have game, a loser, she's gonna tell you that the toilet is dirty. You didn't clean the bed. You didn't fix the sink. Like, she's gonna show you things, and she's gonna ask you, where have you been? Why you like to go to your friends and leave me here? This thing of playing house is not the one.
How was the communication?
Oh, it was excellent.
Oh.
So after the initial visit, I typically can kind of gauge a person, whether that's going to be a potential relationship or not. So the purpose of a physical trip is twofold. So it's to get to know the person and then figure out if this person could be a potential relationship in the future.
Okay, so it sounds like you guys have like different ways of how you want to start off a relationship.
Yeah, and we didn't both realize that until we were both like, yeah, no. You know, it's speaking to him after the fact. He's like, this is what I want to do. Well, I'm like, I prefer you gotten to know me first, you know, because if we're long distance, all we have is call, text, and FaceTime. And he's like, no, I want to see you. And so, you know.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
And then so, did you guys ever have this conversation before, or it was just kind of like, that's it, we're done?
Wow, she looks at me like that. So we kind of had this type of conversation, but it was nothing that was like set in stone to where like, okay, this is how you like to know a person. This is how I like to know a person. Let's see if there is some way we can meet in the middle, so we can kind of compromise and make it work on both ends.
Which we should have we should have done.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
that's failure on both of our ends, that we kind of didn't communicate how we wanted to do that. You know, so I think we both dropped the ball.
Yeah, I
on that
appreciate
aspect.
taking accountability for that.
Yeah.
Look at you, just all accountability.
I know the word accountability. It's fine.
Now you're fighting each other. It seems like now you're on a judge, on a court. You're saying, no, she started. No, he started. No, she started. Like, you're fighting each other now. So like, I feel like you just ended. It's cool, my guy, but just need to learn game and learn of like women. You need to talk to them on the phone, create a spark so that they can come to you.
I started on my head. Oh man. Okay. All right, guys. So where are we today? What's going on? Is he booking a flight?
He is not.
Oh, okay.
We both agreed to just let this be what it was. I appreciate meeting Jeremiah, the whole experience. Although it was kind of tough, but he's a great guy. I have nothing bad to say about him to this day. So yeah.
Yeah, no, Shana is a very beautiful woman. She has perfect wifey traits, guys. And,
I do like that.
and if you're in the Florida area, definitely check her out.
Okay.
But overall, she's a great woman. She has been great through this process, and you never know, you might see one of us again.
You'll see Jeremiah again. If you're in Vegas, and I told him this personally off camera. I said, you know, for the right woman and the woman that Jeremiah wants, he would be an incredible partner. I believe that, so good luck to him.
No, good luck to you.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, friend.
Well, oh God, not the emphasis on friend.
Alright, guys, I think I'm gonna stop it here. I hope you get the game. I hope you also have your notes. You know what's wrong, you know what's right. Stay tuned and Benimnandi.